And that's the entire, appeal of Atlas is not only are we, fun and we're going to take care of you and, treat you for a couple drinks, take you to dinner, but like you come to breakfast the next day and we're just hanging out and talking about our families and our experiences and like really getting to know people. Jeff, I mean, you got to go last year, right?
Yeah, this is my second year. So the cool thing about this year is that I got to go to the actual conference. Last year I was just there for the events for the party weekend basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was really surprised at how many allied folks were around. Respiratory therapist or rad tech,
speech language pathologist.
There were so many. Yeah, it was cool to see.
Dan Dickmeyer, in case you guys are looking.
I think the favorite had to have been the high roller, right?
High roller was awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say compared to last year, the breakfast is always really popular. I think a lot of travelers are really glad that we do that, and we get a ton of people through there.
Yeah.
It was a really good turnout.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest parts for me was, because I've never been before, you as well, Mick, right? One of the things that blew me away, Jeff, was how so many people recognized so many other people, right? The number of times somebody came up to Dolan or Rich or even travelers recognized themselves because they were like, oh my God, weren't you at TravCon last year?
Yeah.
Like that showed me kind of how powerfully and tight knit the community that goes is and how much they care about each other and remember each other.
Yeah. Dolan and Rich are definitely TravCon famous.
Yeah.
Well, can you blame them? Because like when Dolan organized the whole Cupid Shuffle thing at the pool party, dude, and you guys everybody jumped in, and it was so much fun.
That's why it's cool having being there for a few days too, like almost a week.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people you meet, and then you'll see them the next day, or you'll see them 2 days later, like, hey, and they show up to breakfast. And
sure.
It's nice to make connections and get to know people some.
Yeah.
We were right in the entrance when you come in to the left, so great placement, and we'd greet people right when they showed up and get them started and say hi, and that was a cool experience. Busy day, and we met so many people.
Yeah, I think that one of the cool things about being one of the first people that the nurses got to meet when they walked in, was the swag that we chose was helpful to them. It was not just like swag. It's like a big old IKEA bag, basically, and we handed it to them, and maybe when they first walked in, like newcomers didn't realize. They're like, why am I getting an IKEA bag? But about 2 hours later, when they were walking around, like, why can't I hold all these gifts?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Giving away the Atlas adventure was cool too.
Yeah.
Everybody was willing to do it. I feel like we took a lot of pictures of people, and everybody wanted to involved.
When we had our first winner, back home, they chose the winner and said, look out for this person. I think her name was Deborah.
Yeah, it was Deborah.
And so we're looking out, and I see her like right in front of the booth. She hasn't, obviously not on her Instagram constantly, so she doesn't know that she's won. And I just go up to her and showed her the picture on my phone. I'm like, looks like you won an Atlas adventure. She was so shocked. She was
so stoked.
She was super excited. Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, the friendships, the connections you make there, and the people you meet there are going to stick with you.
They also have not only recruiters and agencies. They have, furnish finders, different hotels, travel tax professionals.
Yeah.
And I think travelers, like, not only do you meet people on our side of the industry, but talking to each other, and people may have worked at the same places or been to the same places, get good recommendations.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So definitely come out in 2024, because we'll be there.
Yeah.
You guys will see many Atlas faces. We're already a platinum sponsor.
See you guys at TravCon 2024.